Early, never late, you
And checking for us about making sure we good in this area and really having service. So before we go, we're gonna just try to start it. See if we are good to go. All right, Shalom. We the brothers from the GMS New Orleans camp coming back at you with another quick lesson. Prior to getting started, as we always do, we like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the items that's pushing the truth and sincerity. And Lord willing, this video be edifying, first and foremost to the whole elect, then to those that lead to the body, that cleave to the body. And in this lesson, as you can see in the title, a man is defined by what or who he avoids. All right. Not what would he go into. All right. Would he try to put his hand to do? He's known of what he avoid, especially being guided, all right, by the Lord and his truth. We have to understand that there's a way that seemeth right to a man, but the ends thereof is the way of death. Right. All right. So we have to know how to what? Stay alive. So by knowing how to stay alive, all right, we have to have great tactics of avoidance. All right, avoiding what? Death. All right, avoiding penalty, Esau. All right, vain, profane babblings. What? False doctrine.
your own self at times too.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta. Yes, yeah. Your own lust, your concupiscence. All right. So we want to just pretty much break out some precepts regarding this matter, man. Because a man sometimes, his mind want to tell him, "Hey, I can do this, I can do that." But your mind should always be telling you what you shouldn't do. And that way it will by default show you what you can do or what you can go towards, man. All right. Sometimes when you work in reverse, it tells you how to go forward. If that makes sense, man. So we want to just explain through the precepts on how a man defines himself by avoiding it. Now, this video was prompted by the elder brother Yakana. All right. He said it at camp a week or two ago. And I just had it on wax when we was with you. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. All right. And when he said it, it hit home. All right. So certain things are said. All right. You got to be able to filter them back through the scriptures to get the thorough meaning and understanding of it, man. And we just, hope it be edifying that men can take this and build with it and add it to their walk. Want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say, if I could get a count, we was kind of like walking go to the store, whatever, and you had two Jakes, and you had one Jake standing in a direct path. He was giving us, this way, which was a small space, but then he gave us the street. He didn't give us no way to walk. So pretty much, the elder, we just conversated about it. Like, Jake could have stepped to the side, but he felt as though, man, nah, I'm gonna show them without saying anything. But we kind of went on about our day, but he went on to say, like, hey, you're not defined by what you can, pretty much bump your head against and get through. No, it's what you can, avoid, man. And I wanted to say this, hey, this thing of ours is a thing of the mind, not bronze. This is not the time for bronze. You got to be a thinker. All right, this is a thinking man's game. Like this brother, he into chess. That's a thinking game, and this is the ultimate thinking game.
Yeah. And resistance is pretty much powerless if you avoid it.
That's right.
So any kind of friction, all right, friction needs some what? It need action.
It need two
forces, right?
That's right.
So we, like you say, sometimes we, look, sometimes your defense, your offensive mechanism is your defensive strategy. In other words, we banded, hey, we homeless as doves anyways. All right. You don't see a dove in a pigeon fight, getting in a chicken fight.
Right.
You don't see them doing that. Why? Because at the end of the day, I'm a dove, man. All right, we're doves. So yeah, so now, yeah, like we're not weapons right now. All right. When the Lord raises up as his battle axe and weapons of war, then that's the time to war. But right now, we for peace, but in the mindset of war.
That's right.
All right. So that's that in itself is avoiding what? Danger, man. All right, because again, we gotta be able to make it. Brothers always use this terminology. We gotta just make it back home tonight, man.
Right.
Right. But if we as with brothers, we gotta help that brother get back home to his family or whatever the case may be. But we can only do that with wisdom. Instead of starting with that Proverbs 4, start me off with Sirach 37, and you can start at 7.
Come on. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 7. It says, every counselor extolleth counsel.
Right. So every counselor extolleth counsel, meaning he lifts the counsel up high. All right. That's meaning what? That's at the forefront or at the top of everything. Go ahead, brother.
It says, but there is some that counsel it for himself.
Now, there's some that counsel it for himself. All right. Now, even when you counsel for yourself, all right, you have to understand what you're counseling at. Now, when we actually approach the world, okay, the way that's not conducive to truth or the things that's outside of the scriptures, all right, we have to consider the power that the world brings, that the force that's being what? Brought up against us. Now, we can battle that, all right, but at the end of the day, a warrior is known by who he don't fight.
That's right.
Technically, because every fight, a warrior don't want to fight, because in any battle, he can what? Meet his demise.
It's a 50-50.
It's a 50-50.
He step on that battlefield.
So we can't underestimate, right?
That's right.
What defines us is we don't underestimate what and who we basically go towards, man. Because if we underestimate anybody or this world because we are the truth, we're doomed. All right. The Lord, hey, don't tempt the Lord, man. Right? Because there's a way to tempt the Lord in a way that's not beneficial, man. But go ahead, brother.
It says, verse 8, beware of a counselor and know before what need he had.
Right. So other counselors have needs too. So as you counseling and installing it, other people doing the same thing. All right. Now, what they thinking about is normally if you're a man that serve the Lord, you're thinking about the righteous way and everything. All right. The righteous way, how to handle everything. I always bring this precept up. All right. It's good for brothers to drop in their repertoire. All right. Proverbs 16 and 20 says, he that handleth a matter wisely shall find good. So every man, all right, when we're approaching the world or the way of the world, okay, these people don't have a righteous mindset.
Right.
So if they don't have a righteous mindset, their mind can only go to evil or overthrowing the wickedness. That's the only place their mind can go. Our minds is what? The opposite of that. Go ahead.
It says, least he cast the lot upon thee.
See, it says, beware of a counselor, for he will counsel for himself. Least he cast that lot upon thee. So with the evil is counseling for himself, let him counsel it, man. Right? Our work in the Lord is to avoid evil and love good, man. All right. Baba Kashai, give me Micah 6 and 8.
You still want that?
I get to Micah 6 and 8. Yeah, stand at 37. We're gonna go down to 12. The point is actually in 12. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that. Stay where you at. I'm gonna get that Micah real quick. This Micah chapter 6, verse 8. It says, he has showed thee, O man, what is good. And what doeth Yahweh require of thee, but to do justly, be devout, a just man devout, and to love mercy, be merciful, and to walk humbly with thy God. Now, the Lord said to walk humbly. All right. Now, you could be defined as hard ass, all right, or you could get out there. I serve the Lord. I serve the Lord. So I got a black belt on, right? A belt, a hedge. The black belt is like your hedge,
right?
All right. And you could get out there, but people always won't touch the black belt. So now you are inviting what? An unnecessary energy on you.
You know, tempters.
Yeah, now you're defining yourself as a brawler. And say, be not a brawler in the scriptures.
What that is, Timothy?
And Timothy, yeah.
Not Timothy. Titus.
Titus. Yeah, it's one of those.
Timothy.
Yeah, we might have to get that. Be not a brawler. You know? You gonna get it? Yeah, man. Be not a brawler. Mean to walk, walk humbly, man. All right. And matter of fact, let me get this in Ecclesiastes while the brother get that. Salaki. Don't keep that on. I got you. That's a rock on deck, man. All right. This Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. It says, he that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh a hedge, a serpent shall bite him. So whoever break the hedge, all right, of the righteous hedge that we have around us, a serpent is going to bite you. You playing with the serpent now. Hey, brother, I don't know if this is a chariot or what, but he big old heavy right there, man. Oh yeah, I gotta acknowledge him. He been sitting right there. I don't know if that's a plane or what, but he just kind of right there. He just hovering. He hovering. Big old. I might turn it around.
Yeah, you could get him. You could get him.
I should get him, huh? He bright. Oh, I should get him.
I don't know if you could turn it.
Yeah, I don't want mess with the camera, but it is what it is. So lock it, man. But we just moving in the spirit, man. This a big old. That's fire coming from it, huh? Brother. That's a lock. It's a lock. Call like man. All right. I mean, it is what it is, man. You know. But Ecclesiastes 10 and 8, it says, he that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh a hedge, a serpent shall bite him. Now, as we know, everything outside of the hedge of the Lord is the serpent. That's the devil, right? The devil have a hold of all these people, man. All right. So whenever you're battling something, you're not defined by if you won the battle. You're defined if you was righteous in the battle or not. You see that? So strength can prevail, right? You blameless at that point. You blameless within the battle. You blameless. No matter how you battled, what you battle with. So even picking the battles, we're defined how we battle, man. You see? I got a quick one. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Sirach, same chapter, 37 and verse 27. It says, my son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. So there's encounters, interactions, all right, that go in your daily routine that are evil for you, you know, interactions that are good for you. All right, you got to have the wisdom to understand, all right, to discern, Salaki, to discern between the two of them.
That's right.
You know, that's why the scriptures say you have to prove it. Okay, run through the righteous checklist within your mind. You know, you got to have these scriptures, and these scriptures are that checklist. You know, every situation that you come across, you need to filter it through the scriptures to make sure you're blameless, man. You don't want to be found. What's the other word for blameless? Found with blame. Let's just say with blame. You know.
Yeah. Or guilt in the matter.
Guilty. That's right. Guilty.
Because the Lord, the Lord required that we stay what? Clean. Purge with hyssop. All right. And it's easy for a man to be defiled with blood. And we really could get bloody with Jake. We come from the same. Our faces is hard like Jake at the end of the day. But we have made a commitment to define ourselves as righteous, man. All right. So now we have an underlining. We have an underlining, basically, underlining spiritual home keep we gotta have, man. All right, at all times. We gotta be spiritual in a matter where niggas could be physical. Like they could just be all out physical. We gotta be spiritual, man. So what we do? We avoid niggas. Right? You gotta go around. There you go. So now you gotta have what? Have a good pattern in all things. I'm gonna get that. Go back to that Sirach a minute. 37 and go back to where you was.
This verse 9, it says, and say unto thee, thy way is good. And afterward he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee.
Right. So a man counseling to see what shall befall you. Because you counseling to see what will uphold you.
That's right.
So now, if I'm counseling to see what uphold me, all right, he's the opposition to me, all right, or the adversary to me to see what befalls me. All right. I'm trying to make it to the latter end where I could get a crown. This dummy don't even know. He don't even know that he got to make it to the end to die. Right. You know? But we're trying to get a crown. He don't know what his end shall be. Right? He consider it now. He don't consider the end. So why should we have to define ourselves of being a man? All right? A man is not poking your chest out or meeting force with force. We know the definition of a man and what the law requires us to be men. He tell us gird our loins up in what? Persecution. Gird our loins up in righteousness. Chastening. All right? So we got other things we got to tend to. All right? Rather than what? Invite more unnecessary energy on us, man. On the outside way of anything. A man is known by avoiding his lust. All right? The things that get him in trouble with his lust. All right? Because you can fall in a pit. Whoever created a pit or a snatch shall fall into it, man. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 10, it says, consult not with one that suspected thee.
Right. And who gonna suspect us? All right. Only the wicked.
The wicked, yeah.
Right. A righteous man. I don't see a righteous man as suspecting us in any kind of way, man. Each other.
No reason.
Well, we deal with the scriptures.
That's right.
We got to give the man we got to get a man the right of way, all right, concerning he served the Lord like us. So there's no reason for, a man in his truth suspecting another man. Go ahead.
It says, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee.
Right. The ones that envy us are the ones that can't control themselves. All right. They don't serve the Lord. Those are the real ones that envy us, man. All right. Really, it's the devil at the end of the day. So wherever the devil got the hand on, that's who envy us, man. All right. Because they can't get us out of our character, man. I did a video a couple of days ago saying, when a man back is against the wall, his character shall be revealed. Well, this is in like manner, man. Go ahead.
If I could say, hey, it's not you against this person or that person, it's you against Satan 100% of the time.
That's right.
Right. Hey, Satan, he using the people who you love, right? The enemies from the world that you had before the truth, people, just random people who just don't like you, You got to keep that in mind. It's always you against Satan, man.
Right.
These people are just vessels fit for destruction. That's it.
That's it.
You're going to let a person who fit for destruction destroy you? No. But
that's not going to be good, man. Shalom to y'all on the comic boy. Y'all about smash my thumb. Hey, Lord willing, I'll be able to grab some of you brothers' precepts. And shalom, brothers. Kabal, Kwara, Nahoya. Our brothers on here, man. Shalom. Go ahead,
Verse 11, it says, neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous.
Go ahead.
Neither with a coward in matters of war.
So we got to avoid. Now, a coward in matters of war is one that's serving. We're gonna put it like this. We're gonna put it in a righteous, stead. A person that's serving the Lord cowardly in walk, because we in walk for the Lord, right? So a man on side you who lukewarm, all right, about it. He say he about it, but his actions ain't showing it. Right? It said don't what? It said don't consult with him.
Don't consult with
him. All right. Don't even be with spy. Don't be with him. Go ahead.
It says nor with a merchant concerning exchange.
Why? Because he's a merchant. So the one that's a merchant, he have put all his eggs in a basket with merchant. We don't care because we serve the Lord. Right? So we're not worrying about the merchant. The Lord is more important than the merchant. Go ahead.
What the scriptures say, hey, sin stick it closely
to them that buy and sell.
So that's right. By default.
Beautiful.
He bad news.
Yeah, he bad news.
It says, nor with a buyer or selling. That's love.
That's love, man. Love. Well, get this around 27 so they can know what you're talking about. All right. What the brother just quoted, we're gonna put it because it came right back with the buying and selling. That brother ain't know that was about to come up. Go ahead.
This the book of Sirach, chapter 27 and verse 1. It says, many have sinned for a small matter.
For a small matter. This are merchants, man.
It says, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eye away.
Yeah. Avoid a businessman.
That's right.
So because your business is with the Lord, it says he that had little business, you're gonna profit from the Lord, man. So really, you need to tend to the business of the Lord. You already got a business that you shouldn't be in another man's business trying to profit like that, right? Now we do use the world, we don't abuse it, but we understand, we observe the time in which we doing business with merchants. It got to be for something we could bring back to the brothers. It may be what you burn,
incense.
It may be incense, different things.
Yeah.
Because you may be in a place where to get the good incense, it might be a little wicked place, like a voodoo place.
Yeah,
but they got the real the good stuff.
That's right.
So now you got to know how to deal in there. You don't want to be in that spirits. It's all different. Or don't go in there. You know, or audit or whatever you got to do. But if you have to be with a merchant momentarily, understand, observe the time, and watch. Go ahead.
Get in and get out.
Get in and get out. Go ahead.
Verse 2, it says, as a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so doth sin stick close between buying and selling.
That's why you don't consult. It says, don't consult much with a merchant concerning exchange, because they're going to try to beat you out the exchange for money. So now it's going to be an unlevel. It ain't going to be balanced, even though, because men of the Lord come upright. We come with the amount of, okay, you want $20, we got $20.
That's right.
Then they'll be like, oh, it come up to 25. It'd be like, yeah, it say $20. No, you know, or whatever, whatnot. A merchant always want to get over on you. We don't get over on people like that, man. Even our own people, bro, we don't get over on them. You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't create unwanted enemies, man. Right? We don't, even our people, we deal upright with them, straight up with them, bro. All right, because we don't want that energy to backfire. Go ahead.
What it go back to? Remaining blameless.
Remaining blameless, man. Yeah.
What it say? It says, nor with a buyer of selling, nor with an envious man of thankfulness.
Yeah, an envious man of thankfulness. Ooh, heavy. Go ahead.
It says, nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness.
Because why try to deal with an unmerciful man and be kind towards him when he unmerciful?
That's right.
All right. Now you're beating your feet. You're beating a dead horse, man. All right. You what? You're spinning in the mud. Go ahead, bro.
It says, nor with the slothful for any work.
So we don't deal with the ones. We work for the Lord. We don't need to work outside with you on anything like that, man. The Lord gonna provide our meat and bread. All right, our raiment. Godliness with contentment is great gain. So we don't need to be working with people who are slothful in any kind of way or form or fashion, man. All right. We work with the people who work, man. Go to the anti-sluggard, Proverbs 6. Go ahead, bro.
It says, nor with an hireling for a year of finishing work.
Yeah, we don't need to hire nobody. Be hiring people to finish work. It really going to show you, like, you really don't need to be getting businesses and having too much on your hands like that, man. All right, that's overall. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a business, but is it expedient right now? You know how much time and effort you're gonna have to put into that? You know,
it's gonna suck you away from the
yeah. Then you're gonna have problems with the worker because you agree with him to pay him this, but he might feel like he working too much and doing it, but agree with you. Look, I'll pay you this and do that. So there's a lot of matters concerning exchange. Go ahead, brother.
It says, nor with an idle servant of much business.
So it's giving you the rundown on how you should deal. Go ahead.
Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel.
Now we about to get into what the lesson is overall about. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 12. But be continually with a godly man.
Now the lesson says, all right, a man is known by what he avoids.
That's right.
So by you avoiding something, it's still gonna be something you go towards, right? Right? Because we still, man, we gonna go towards something. That's why when we ask a man, hey, what you believe in? He like, nothing. No, it's something you believe in. It's something. All right, go ahead.
It says, let's see, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
So the Lord telling you who to avoid and who to be with. It say to be continually with him. All right? So if you're a man of the Lord, you shouldn't be looking to make friends in the world. Now, some brothers do have friends they growed up with and different things that, man. But there's a way to deal with those men, man. All right? Let's just be honest. All right, go ahead.
It says, whose mind is according to thy mind.
So if a man's mind is according to your mind, You shouldn't be with a man mind who don't operate like your mind operates. Or overly with him, at least.
He gonna always step on your toes.
He gonna, right.
So you gonna always step on his,
because he don't know his boundaries.
That's right.
And he's looking at you like, man, the things you talking about, I ain't with that.
I'm not interested.
I'm not interested, and rightfully so. So that's why we respect everything the world do.
That's right.
Right? But we don't take part in it. Meaning we respect it. It's like, look, y'all think it's y'all thing.
Y'all do that over there.
Yeah, I don't think it's our thing. That's it.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
That's right. And it says, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry.
Will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry, man. Which is the point, you see? But go ahead.
Verse 13.
That one good.
That's good on that.
Give me Titus 2 and 7. I wanted to get that. I get it, bro. You want to bring something up?
Yeah. I got something quick.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Hey, a prudent man, a wise man, he foreseeth the evil. I'm not finna go into, let's say a hood store, and I'm just throwing something out there, without the thought in my mind that hood shit can go on. I foresee the evil already. All right, I'm not gonna go in there and act shocked when some shit happens.
Yeah. Cause we brothers, we live in the hood at the end of the day. It's almost like, hey, somebody shit. Hey, the elder brother going to another city, man. Yeah. But it's a testament to the video. And that brother done told us to go in a whole another city to get gas. Don't even stop here or go there, get gas. Brother, I get gas from a town where I work at, like 30 minutes away. That's where I get on Friday, I get the gas. On Monday, I get the gas. I ain't never got to get gas in the hood. Well, everything carjack and all kind of shit going on. But that's small, all right? Because there's spiritual things, and it's true we have to avoid as well, man. So we're going to touch on those things as well. Go ahead.
Right. It says, and hided himself. We hide ourselves within what? All right, the ministry, ultimately Yahushua. All right, we go not into these, the places of darkness. Let's just say it like that, man. These wicked places. You hide yourself because the wisdom gonna make you hide yourself. All right. It says, but the simple pass on and are punished. And we see it day in and day night on Newsbreak, World Star, all right, different news channels. Okay. Oh, he wasn't supposed to be going over there with his friend and different accounts like that, man. He didn't foresee the evil. He wasn't a prudent man. Okay. Like your parents always say, don't go jump in the car with this one and that one. That's not. Hey, when you using the scriptures to filter everything you do. Hey, I'm not about to go in the car with a guy I knew from this high, but I know he wicked. Yeah. Heavy into some wicked shit. I'm not going to.
Like wait for a ride. Wait for a brother to get off work or something. You know what I'm saying? Or catch it Uber, walk, the bus.
It's so many things.
It's the Lord always give us other alternatives, man, to avoid all the things we get ourselves into. Once you got yourself into something, it wasn't the Lord. Now, it was written that you would get into it, but it was you. Yeah, it was you. Yeah. Accountability, right, brother. Accountability is credible, all right, and avoidance and resistance, man. Accountability plays the role in what we avoid, man. All right, account for thyself. The Lord have given us wisdom to learn how to walk. That's our path, man. Upon our feet. Go ahead, brother. That's it. No, that's it on that. All right, give me that Proverbs 4 and 14. Where is that? I'm gonna get a couple of Proverbs 2. But this Titus 2. All right, go ahead with that one. I'm gonna get it.
It's Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 14. It says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not into the way of the evil man.
Yeah, hey, so it says, go not into the way of evil men. All right, go not into the way of evil men. So now the Lord, now there's a period after that. So it's simple. The evil way, go give not unto it, man. All right, well, it's about to say that the next verse. Go ahead.
Verse 15, avoid it.
What?
Avoid it.
What? Avoid it. That's 3 times, which means understanding, right?
That's right.
Avoid it. Go ahead.
Pass not by it.
Pass not what?
Pass not by it.
Go ahead.
Turn from it.
Right? Move. Get away from it. All right? Don't even do this. Like around it like that. Like, no. Just turn from it. Turn from it. All right? And go straight way. It's what should have. I would rather the Lord had that in there. Straight way. Go straight way. You know how the Lord gave certain prophets missions to go straight way now? Yeah, don't go no other direction, man. Go ahead.
It says,
even pass away and pass away. All right. All right. Even that prophet that was a traveler, the Lord had him on a mission. When the other prophet met him and told him he was a prophet, and the Lord ended up killing him, he let a lion eat him. Because the lion gave him, the Lord gave him particular, he was a prophet of the Lord. And what he did was he veered off and the Lord killed him, man. I know you brothers are familiar with that account, with that prophet that was eaten by that lion, man. All right. Because why? He didn't avoid what would basically get him devoured. Go ahead.
Hey, that's why in that movie, the book of Eli kept saying to himself, like, that's not your fight. That's not your fight. Something of that nature.
Yeah.
You know, stay on the path.
Stay on the path. Stay on the path.
He said it 3 times.
Right.
You know,
right. It don't concern you.
He didn't.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Yeah.
It took him through trials and tribulations.
Yeah. He didn't.
You know,
when he veered off, he brought distress, perplexity upon himself.
That's right, brother.
All right. So we have a realm, all right, which we supposed to be basically enhanced in it, all right. And this realm is the scriptures, man. Our house, our tabernacle. We have a house, so we shouldn't be in other man's house, trying to get on other man's table, peeking in at other man's doors. It said that in the scriptures, man. He that peeking in a man's door is wicked. All right, avoid that. Go ahead.
This if you jump back up in Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 11, it says, I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in the right path.
That's right.
It's no other path you need to be traveling.
Yeah.
No other path.
This easier said than done.
Right.
Because we all have fallen.
You know, that's straight.
This don't go by us. All right. So we have to acknowledge the things that we saying first. That's right. And goddamn, I'm guilty of this. All right. In all forms and matters. Now, you know, over the times as you get stronger with the Lord and increase, you do get better at it. All right. But overall, all right, we don't know what time, all right, we may not avoid something, man, that it may be our last chance to avoid it. You see, we can't count our chances to avoid something. So we got to be avoiding everything. At this point,
you might think, hey, I never transgressed in this manner, but the Lord, like, hey, if you do this one thing,
you out of here.
Despite all the good you did, you finished.
Out of here.
You know, so that's why I was holding this earlier.
Go ahead. Bring out what you got. I'm gonna bring these out.
It's in the book of Sirach. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 18 and verse 27. It says, a wise man will fear in everything.
Yeah.
And then that's really, I'm gonna stop at that comma right there.
Yeah.
It says a wise man shall fear in everything.
Yeah, because he taught in the fear of the Lord.
That's right.
He that feared in the Lord, get Sirach 1, and they'll be 18.
It's the book of Sirach.
Just write it down, scale. Be right here, somewhere right here. So root of wisdom was. Yeah. There you go.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 1, in verse 20. It says, the root of wisdom is to fear the Lord, and the branches thereof are long life.
That's how you stay alive, man.
That's right, brother.
All right, to go back to what you had. Go ahead. Back to the 18. That's the point. And the root, the branch. So if you seed it and plant it in the Lord, you're gonna have long life by this. What you just said. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, hey, really. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna read it again. Verse 27. Ecclesiasticus chapter 18 and verse 27. A wise man will fear in everything, and in the day of sinning, he will beware of offense. But a fool will not observe time.
They're gonna be meddling.
That's right.
The fool is gonna be meddling with many matters, man. Go ahead.
It says, every man of understanding knoweth wisdom, and will give praise unto him that found her.
Every man of understanding knoweth wisdom.
That's right.
And the way you praise her is by honoring, obeying. Obedience is synonymous with love. Obedience and fear is hand in hand. Because if you fear the Lord, you're going to obey him.
By default.
By default. All right. Obedience is better than sacrifice to the Lord, man. All right. That's finished. This Proverbs 16:29. It says, a violent man enticing his neighbor and leading him into a way that is not good, man. All right. So a violent man entices his neighbor. Everybody that don't serve the Lord, they violent. Even if they're not tangibly violent to you.
Right.
Even if they are heavy up on you. They're violent in something. Yeah, their spirit is violent. So grandma will have you eating Sunday fish and telling you come to church, believe in Jesus Christ. That's a violent man, man.
That's violent unto your spirit.
Unto your spirit, man. So a violent man enticing his neighbor and leading him into a way that is not good. You see, he shutting his eyes to devise forward things. Now, how you can devise something forward if your eyes closed? Meaning, how can you see and go forward if your eyes closed, man? How you going to devise forward things with your eyes shut? Which our eyes is our mind, man. All right. Our eyes is for sin, but we have eyes of perceiving and understanding, right? It says, keep thy eyes single and fulfilling what? The office of the Lord, man.
Hey, when you go to Romans, I believe the 8th chapter, that's not the Lord not talking about he just had everybody just blind, just walking around. No, he closed their spiritual eyes.
Their spiritual
and their spiritual ears. They may not understand and discern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Romans 11.
Hey, Romans 11.
It says, moving his lips, he bring evil to pass. So a man is known for and near with his fucking mouth, man. All right. What he own, where he leading you to, man. All right. Deceit is in the tongue. Right?
That word entice.
Go ahead.
We ain't got no connection on it. I don't think it's gonna click. It's cool. But it's this the word entice in the Strong's.
Strong's H6601. Patha.
Patha. It says to be simple, to entice, to deceive, to persuade. Because hey, like you brought out that quick example, you know, they try to persuade you, right? They try to deceive you. That's a violent spirit, brother.
Yeah.
That's a spiritual attack on your spirit, man.
That's right.
That's Satan attacking your spirit.
Right. You have to understand, all right, everything outside of the truth is Satan attacking you. You know, our water boy mama said football is the devil. This is the devil. It is, because it's attached to the devil. So you can't be attached to something, then be like, well, I ain't got no part in it. No, that's the attachment, man. All right. Once you attach something to your weapon, is now part of your weapon.
It's a part of it.
It's a part of it now, man. Because you attached it to it, man. You see? But this is Sirach 21:7. It says, an eloquent man is known far and near, but a man understanding know when he's slipping. So we know, all right, we're supposed to know when we're slipping, all right, or when we going in a way to slip, all right, or slip on a pavement. They got a precept that goes into he that slipping up on a pavement, all right. In other words, man, we got to know that the pavement is slippery, man, all right.
That's right.
So that's knowing when you're slipping, all right. Reproach, rebuking, examining yourself. All these is matters to what? Avoid what and who helps you define who you are, man. Well, that's what we have started doing. We have started what? Avoiding clubs, areas where niggas is at. You know, these women, certain types of women, all right, certain type of areas, all right. We started defining ourselves. Really, our life started to be more peaceful. The more we got away from the stressful shit, man. The more we started staying home, going to work, staying home, we was in more peace. We wasn't getting into no controversy, all right, running into errors with niggas, bumping heads with people, because all these people full of is infections, all right, of no knowledge, all right, and the fury and madness of the adversary, the Satan. All these people is full of the ways of Satan, man. All right, and that the world is strong. The world will beat the piss out you, even if you got the word of the Lord and you try to go fight with the world, man. What are we doing, bro? We avoid the world. We avoid the world that we may stay alive in it. It says, use the world as not abusing it. When you go to try to battle the world with the word of the Lord on your own, all right, you break your hedge. And guess what? The Lord gonna let your ass get devoured, man. All right? We don't want no smoke with the world, but we gonna denounce evil. We gonna call out evil, but we don't want no smoke with the world like that. In other words, talking about just taking the Bible, we gonna just go in the hood on the set with niggas selling drugs and go tell them niggas the Lord gonna kill you. For what, man? For what? For what? Right? That man is already set in his ways, and they're gonna overthrow your ass. You see? But give me Titus 2. No, give me Proverbs, stay in Proverbs where you at. Yeah. And get 14 and 14.
It's Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 14. It says, the backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways.
So a man who backsliding in his heart, brother. All right. You backsliders to go back on what you avoided. All right. That means what? Pursue it. You see this demon? Yeah. Try to get around these niggas. Backslider means to move, go, turn back, move them. And we moved away from these niggas. Even on the video. We got as far away we could, man. Nigga just a broken energy, man. Nigga just funny. Prove retreating to turn oneself away. Repost. All right, it says to go back, you know. Well, read that one again, bro.
Verse Proverbs 14 and 14, it says, the backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways.
Yeah, with his own ways, man. All right. So we don't backslide. We don't backtrack. We don't backthink.
That's right.
All right. Oh, we don't what? We don't triumph our thinking, man. We don't conflict ourselves and our thoughts, going pursuant to the book of Sirach 14, man. Blessed is he whose mind haven't condemned him. When you backslide, you just in a condemnation of your mind. You warn yourself. You warn with your own mind, man. All right. You can't conflict yourself in your thoughts, man. All right, or you'll be finished. Because even David avoided Saul, all right, when Saul was trying to kill him. All right. Matter of fact, give me 1 Samuel 18 and 11.
Let me finish that all right quick.
Go on, go ahead.
It says, and a good man shall be satisfied from himself.
Yeah, a good man be satisfied from himself because he avoided the thing that make him dissatisfied. He won. Right. He won. Meaning what? He constantly winning. All we gotta do, fellas, is win the day.
That's it.
We just gotta win today.
Take it one day at a time.
That's it. If we could just win today, we give ourselves a shot of tomorrow, of winning tomorrow.
Right.
At this point, right? Go ahead.
What you wanted in Samuel?
1 Samuel 18 and 11.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 11. It says, and Saul cast the javelin, for he said, I will smite David even to the wall with it. And David avoided out of his presence twice.
Go ahead, read it again.
1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 11. And Saul cast the javelin, which is like a long spear. All right. It says, for he said, I will smite David even to the wall with it. And David avoided out of his presence twice.
So David avoided that twice.
Not once, but twice.
Not twice. To show that, look, I'm gonna avoid that at all costs. And David was a man that could have killed some shit, bro.
That's right, brother.
As a matter of fact, David even avoided killing Saul. Give me 1 Samuel 24, and I think that's 4 or 5. He even avoided killing him. After Saul had already tried to kill him, you take a javelin, if that javelin would have hit David, it'd have killed him. It'd have knocked his fucking head off, man. But a man is defined by what he avoids. So David avoided that and avoided killing Saul, which he was in all right to kill Saul. Kill means to do it justly. Murder.
Right.
Saul was trying to murder him,
David.
right? Because it was an unjust kill. To kill a man is righteous. All right. If he's trying to kill you, go ahead.
You want to start at 4?
Start at 4.
Come. It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 24, and verse 4. It says, and the men of David said unto him, behold, the day of which the Lord said unto thee, behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee.
So the Lord told David that he gonna deliver the enemy into his hand. Saul was David's enemy.
That's right.
But remember, Saul was the king of Israel. He still was a servant of the Lord. He still was an Israelite. He still was Jonathan daddy, who David loved, man. So look at all these elements in which David just kept himself.
He considered.
All right. And avoidance is ultimately determined by consideration.
That's right.
Let's get that cross too. Go ahead.
It says, then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privily.
Meaning he had the privilege to cut off. If he could cut off his robe or his skirt or his garment, that means he could have cut his. Let's go say it. Go ahead.
It says, verse 5, and it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him because he had cut off Saul's skirt.
So it hurt David to his heart, even cut off his skirt.
That's right.
All right. Because at the end of the day, David know, look, the Lord, even if the Lord ain't dealing with Saul at the time, he's still a servant of the Lord, still an Israelite. All right. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 6.
So it hurt David to do that. He was heavy in his heart. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And he said unto his men, the Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master. The Lord, the Lord's anointed.
Because of the Lord blessed Saul to be the king of Israel. He anointed him. All right.
They call him his master.
They call him his master. That's why he said my master. Yeah. And David really, you know, was going to be the king, the real anointed of the Lord that was after the Lord's heart. Because Saul wasn't after his heart, but he was still anointed king. So there's a respect factor in our kings, man, and our masters today. All right. You know, our elders and apostles, the men, you know, our spiritual, man, our spiritual fathers. Go ahead.
It says to stretch forth mine hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord.
Seeing he is the anointed of the Lord, man.
So David stayed his servants with these words and suffered them not to rise against Saul.
Saul. Yeah, right. Because David's servants was ready. They trying to kill David. All they knew is to what? Protect David, man. Your servant know to protect you at what? By death. We gonna die for you. So the person that's trying to kill you by default, we gotta kill him.
That's easy.
Oh, we gonna die trying. That's the easy thing. Go ahead.
It says, but Saul rose up out of the cave and went on his way.
Yeah, go ahead.
David also arose afterward and went out of the cave and cried after Saul, saying, my Lord, the king. And when Saul looked behind him, David stooped with his face to the earth and bowed himself.
So David was avoiding death by showing him homage. Like, you know, you my king. Right. And I know you after me to kill me, but David still trusting in the Lord that he wasn't, though, you know, that Saul wouldn't slam, because David knew the Lord was dealing with him, dealing with David, you know, knew the Lord was dealing with Saul. But he knew, like, look, at the end of the day, the things that I'm doing, the Lord put it in David's spirit to do these things. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 9, it says, and David said unto Saul, wherefore hearest thou men's words, saying, behold, David seeketh thy hurt.
So David, like, look, Saul, you hear men's word like I'm trying to kill you. All right, but go ahead, bro.
Verse 10, behold, this day thine eyes have seen how that the Lord had delivered thee today into mine hand in the cave, and some bathed. So like,
and that's
some
like bathed them, like bathed them, like, Lord, let's do it. We got them. Go ahead.
And some bade me kill thee, but mine eyes spared thee. And I said, I would not put forth my hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed.
Right. Go ahead.
Moreover, my father, see the skirt of thy robe in my hand, for in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe and killed thee not. Now thou and Salaki, know thou and see
that there is neither evil nor transgression in mine hand, and I have not sinned against thee, yet thou huntest my soul to take it.
So David was using spiritual words to avoid Saul killing him. Beautiful. Because Saul still could have killed him while he was talking to him. You see what I'm saying? Saul could have took him out. But what he doing, he warding off the anger in Saul that Saul may give him life. You see? By what? Avoiding controversy. By avoiding what? Problematic. All right, being a dilemma unto Saul, showing that I spared your life, would you not spare thee? But go ahead, finish this off, brother.
Verse 12, it says, the Lord judge between me and thee, and the Lord avenge me of thee, but mine hand shall not be upon thee.
So David told him, look, the Lord already avenged me of you. All right, but I ain't gonna put my hand on you in that event. Because the Lord, like, look, I'm gonna touch Saul. Like, in other words, they both servants of the Lord. The Lord, like, I'm the one that's you can't kill nothing. They like chill. You could kill what I tell you to kill, but Saul wasn't on the menu to be killed. So David was honorable unto the Lord.
Go ahead, brother. Say, hey, going back to the premise of the lesson, you're defined by what you can avoid. So how much more does the Lord look at David for making that decision? Like, hey, you know,
you're a hell of a man.
You a hell of a man.
The Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
But this man trying to kill you, you bowing your listen. When he bowed his face to the earth to Saul, that means he put his whole thing down. Saul could have got him.
That's right, bro.
You see? So it's avoiding. Hey, we avoid punishment. All right, by what? Breaking down our aggressiveness. You know, different things of that nature. Our intensity to what? Pursue and battle. All right. Some battle is better is won, not fought, brother. A battle is really won, not fought. In other words, from a physicality standpoint, right? If we battling everything spiritual, we gonna win everything, man. And even if we die in it, it was for a spiritual cause. I got a quick up for you. Go ahead. You gotta. I don't want to get off this point, but go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
listen. I can't find it.
But go ahead. I probably could.
Appease rat.
Oh yeah, all right. I got it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's see what
We had 13.
13. It says, as said the proverb of the ancients, wickedness proceeded from the wicked, but mine hand shall not be upon thee.
See, because he righteous, man. So long as we righteous, man, we can't even battle wickedness like that. We can't go tackle evil like that, man. We gotta let the Lord. We gotta let His word have perfect work. Let His word, the word gonna manifest. The word, which is Yahweh Shai, He gonna crush the evil.
That's right.
He gonna crush the evil. All right. In the end, we can't go defeat evil, brother. How we gonna go take Esau down? We can't go take him down.
There's no possible way.
Yeah. So we're avoiding all that. Go ahead.
After whom is the king of Israel come out? After whom dost thou pursue? After a dead dog? After a flea?
Go ahead.
The Lord therefore be judged, and judge between me and thee, and see and plead my case, plead my cause, and deliver me out of thine hand.
Right. Go ahead. Last one.
And it came to pass when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, is this thy voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice and wept.
Because he won his brother. He gained Saul back. Saul was his brother. You know, that's the Israelite. That's our brother. Right. You know, whether he was wicked or not and against David, he was his brother, man. They ate at the same table. You know, they dealt, man. He gave David his daughter. So that was his brother, too. Brother. Go ahead, 17.
It says,
man, we would get all this, bro.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It's heavy, bro. We got to get it all. Fuck it.
Verse 17. And he said to David, thou art more righteous than I.
See? So Saul told him, you more righteous, and that was the king. But go ahead, bro.
He paid homage to David.
You know, for being putting his face towards the earth and being humble. Right?
For thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil.
Go ahead.
And thou hast shewed this day how that thou hast dealt well with me. For as much as when the Lord had delivered me into thine hand, thou killest me not.
So now Saul pleading back with David because David did what he did. Go ahead.
For if a man find his enemy, will he let him go well away?
No, because see, once you got your enemy, you got to take him, because he gonna overtake you at some point. So, and Saul was his enemy, and David let him go. Go ahead.
Right, brother. It says, wherefore the Lord reward.
And that's where you get when it says, if thy enemy hunger or if thy enemy thirst in the scriptures, it's talking about your brother, man. Like at that time, Saul was thirsty to kill David, man. Not in that fashion, but David gave him water by what? Bowing down to him, man. You see what I'm saying? And what quenched his thirst? That's why he weak. Like, man, this man, you know, that man was thirsty to kill David.
He lusted to kill
There
David.
you go. But David gave him what? Righteous water. And to make the wicked, him, because Saul was wicked, to make him say, thou art more righteous than I. And rightfully so. Go ahead.
Wherefore the Lord reward thee good for that thou hast done unto me this day.
Yeah, go ahead.
And now behold, I know well that thou shalt surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel shall be established in thy hand.
Yeah, because Saul knew the Lord was going to get David the kingdom, you know, or whatever, and it was to get taken from him. Go ahead.
It says, swear now therefore unto me by the Lord
Yahweh, go ahead.
that thou wilt not cut off my seed after me.
Which is Jonathan, right? And I believe Jonathan had a son who was handicapped, and David took him on too when Jonathan died. But that's another lesson for another story. Go ahead.
It says, and that thou wilt not destroy my name out of my father's house.
So now Saul is asking for David to preserve his life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Knowing that David was going to become king. The tables turned. So the Lord turned the tables around, man, because David avoided that which was wicked. Go ahead.
And David swore unto Saul, and Saul went home, but David and his men gat them up unto the hole.
There you go. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. This second Ezra 7:21. It says 20. It says, for there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of our power that is set before them. For God had given straight commandments to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. So we got a law to avoid punishment. All right. We got the law to avoid punishment, man. And what we need to do to stay alive and to live, the commandments, and stay straightway in them. We need to stay in a position of being devoured by the law, so we can stay alive from being devoured by the devil, man. All right. Get that appease. I'm gonna get that appease. Get Titus 2, because I wanted to. I'm gonna end it with the Titus 2:7, and I'm gonna get that appease that you wanted.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 19:11. It says, the discretion of a man deferreth his anger. No, this ain't it. This ain't it. Get the piece.
Yeah, this Proverbs 15:18. It says, a wrathful man stirreth up strife, but he that is slow to anger appeases strife, man.
That's right.
All right. You appease the strife. You break the strengthening it down. All right. You calm the matter down, because you dealt. He that dealeth wisely shall find good, man. All right. You got to find a way to appease the wrath in a man. And that's what we doing, man. All right. It says the way of the slothful man is an hedge of thorns, right? And you know, a thorn in your way or in your side, that ain't no good thing, man. We already got thorns. We got infirmities. Brothers got bad body, you know, demons on us, man. We don't need to add to nothing else from what we have, man. You know, 2 and 7. It says, but the way of the righteous is made plain. And to be plain is, you know, Jacob was a plain man. All right. He was a colorful man in the house, tended to his family. We harvesting. We got to tend to the garden of the Lord. If you got problems in the world, you got to get out the garden and go fight those problems. You got to address the matters. All the problems going to come in the garden. I mean, they're going to be in the tabernacle of the Lord, in the house, fucking with brothers. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
So now, just avoid the problems out there. That you may be a harvestman, all right, harvesting in the garden of the Lord, man.
The elder always say, you know, hey, some shit happen.
That's just an update. Go ahead. We go.
And the elder always say, you know, hey, watch this shit, the shit that you get into, you know, because you might put another brother in
into it. Yeah,
you bringing mess into
this
clean house.
Yeah,
man.
you bringing dirt,
man.
Yeah.
You don't bring dirt into a clean house, man.
Because the world are running this house, brother.
That's right.
And fuck with brothers.
Really, they seeking to get.
They seeking to get in here, man. You know how to, in certain movies where the demons are screaming on them, but they can't get in a certain area, right? Because that's a hedge we got.
That's right.
You know, but yeah, end it with that, brother. We're gonna end it with that.
It's the book of Titus, chapter 2, and verse 7. It says, "In all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works in doctrine, showing uncorruptness,
man. Go ahead.
Gravity,
yeah.
Sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you."
So we do these things: gravity, exhorting, staying sober-minded, showing uncorruptness, gravity, and sincerity, and sound speech. He that's on the contrary part is everything, every person, or everything that's on the outside of goodness and righteousness, man. All right? That's on the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say to you. So nothing can come up against you. All right? Bro, at the end of the day, we're going to be blaming this to the world, because there ain't nobody in the world be like, oh, they fucked over us, oh, they wasn't doing this, they wasn't doing that. Yeah, we may have done it in the world. We haven't been perfect, but men to know that, look, when that brother, made an oath to the Lord, he got right, and he ain't do it no more. All right? So the Lord even count that righteousness unto you, man. All right? So just remain righteous, that you may avoid being wicked. Because once you cross over from wicked to righteousness, that's what's going to follow you. And if you ever cross from righteousness over to wickedness, wickedness going to consume you, man. So in that order, our brothers, I was edifying, first and foremost, to the hopefully elected, to those that cleave to the body. But with that, man, we're going to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, and Kabadash. Give honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to the icon that pushing the truth and sincerity. To the next time, we're going to say Shalom. Shalom. And the water for you brothers on the comment board, man. Shalom to you brothers. Salaki, we couldn't get your precepts, but the water for the support. And shalom to you, Shalom.